that's it for us here in Brooklyn at Barclays Center. Happy holidays to all. Brooklyn Nets come out on top 126-115 here in Brooklyn at home, getting in the win column after a 5-game losing streak. Detroit Pistons extend their losing streak to 26 games. They are now tied with 2 other teams for the most consecutive losses in a single season, only tied with the 2010-2011 Cleveland Cavaliers and the 2013-2014 Philadelphia 76ers. Things looked okay to start the night for the Detroit Pistons here today. They started out on a 6-0 run, taking over this game early, but the Nets would quickly take control, taking a double-digit lead at the end of that first quarter, reasserting their dominance. They did not want to come out on the losing end of this matchup tonight. At the end of the first quarter here in Barclays Center, the Brooklyn Nets and Barclays Center put on the Jumbotron at the end of the first quarter a little bit of a tribute for former Net Joe Harris. Joe Harris, a beloved Net here in Brooklyn and the franchise leader in threes made. He's the top of that list for the Brooklyn Nets, so they gave him a tribute video package at the end of the first quarter.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm joined by Joe Harris right now. Joe, welcome aboard. Obviously, being a gym rat, you shoot the ball fairly well from the outside. How do you see that style fitting in with the Brooklyn Nets now?
You can always use guys that can shoot. That's what I do. That's why I'm here. Not to put a team on, just sit big, appreciate the way that we play, team that fans, really like to
Great production tonight for the update show. Harris now a major part of what the rebuilding Nets are doing.
I know. I hope we get past locked up, right?
Nets history.
Morning ball.
Some big power plays from Joe Harris. Looking for help. Harris with some space.
A wonderful experience. That's the Brooklyn way.
Please welcome back.
Brooklyn Nets hold a steady lead throughout the rest of this game. Detroit Pistons making a bit of a fight, cut it to within even one possession at one point, but this Brooklyn Nets team did not panic. They stayed firmly in the driver's seat. The star of the night tonight has to be Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges in a bit of a slump the last couple of weeks along with the rest of the Brooklyn Nets team, but he showed out and showed what he can do here tonight with 29 points. That's a game lead for both teams, for the Pistons and the Nets. And the Nets break that 5-game losing streak they walked in here with. It started on the West Coast trip they had last week, has carried over into a few home losses against the Knicks and the defending champion Denver Nuggets last night. And coming into this game, the second of a back-to-back, they wanted to snap that losing streak and didn't want to fall victim to the Detroit Pistons for the first time of any team in the last 2 months or so. Haven't won a game since before Halloween, but this Net team definitely happy, definitely ecstatic to get in the win column tonight. Jock Vaughn, after the game, head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, talked about the strength, fight, and resolve of his team after the game.
Team, you guys were able to withstand a couple of runs from Detroit. They cut it to 2 in the third, 9 in the fourth quarter. How happy were you for them to be able to fight back, especially in the second game like that today?
Yeah, it's been interesting for our group to be able to be in different situations throughout the course of the year. Another test for us to see where we're going to keep our poise and composure. Overall, we did. And that was both units. Both units got a little piece of that effort as well. So when we're healthy, able to depend on more bodies to do good things for us. I think overall, we won the majority of the categories tonight, whether it was the rebounding, whether it was the turnover battle. We might have lost the foul battle, but that piece of it, hopefully we'll correct when we see it in a couple of days.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about
Cam Johnson, star of the Brooklyn Nets and major contributor of this win here tonight, spoke after the game also, and he talked about what he's learned from his team going through this rough patch they have experienced over the last week or so.
Turn things around and start a winning streak and just keep pushing our way through and continue to get better every day.
Cam, now that you guys have ended your losing streak, hopefully the winning continues, what was one thing you learned about this team during that tough stretch?
You know, in a sense, I think it's going to strengthen us in the long run. I think we recognize what kind of went wrong in that losing streak and the juice that we need to have night in and night out. And in a way, I think we brought a lot of joy back to playing the game tonight, and even last night. You know, we take those seasons really personally, the frustration, but I think sometimes we're able to spin into a positive and just find joy in playing hard and trusting each other.
These two teams, the Nets and Pistons, will meet again next week on Tuesday in Detroit. Detroit will try and break that 26-game consecutive losing streak that they have right now. One more loss, and that means the record. Serious historical implications in Detroit next week, as they will pass with one loss that Cavs team we talked about earlier and that 76er team. All three teams tied with 26 losses apiece right now. So Detroit definitely hoping not to break that record. Brooklyn Nets come out on top tonight and break that 5-game losing streak they were so desperate to break, and hopefully don't want to be the ones who break that streak at the end of next week in Detroit. Want to make sure they are not a footnote in that part of the history. That game will be next Tuesday. For WFUV Sports, I'm Chris Carino.